Do you not fancy wearing your Sunderland top?
No.
Do you not?
No, mate, I feel like I'd be tempting fate if I did. Just because I feel like the past 6 games I've watched, I've lost all of them. But I don't know if that's just them being shit or if it's a higher being. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm stressed. I'm very stressed.
You superstitious then?
A little bit. Only when it comes to like shit like that. Like if you make a wish, you can't say the wish, otherwise it won't come true. Do you know what I mean?
Reckon? Really?
Yeah. I wish I had a lamp though, and I could like wish for 3 things like in Aladdin. What things would you wish for if you had 3 wishes?
Obviously, say you can't do the whole wish for more wishes.
No, just 3 wishes.
And you can't do like unlimited money.
Yeah, you could. Not unlimited. You need to put a figure on it. So like.
Yeah, you can pretty much do that, though, can't you? Like
1 billion.
500 trillion.
Yeah. Is that just spoiling life though? Because essentially you could do everything with that.
That's the whole point, though, isn't it?
I'd wish for. Well, one of my wishes would be to know that when I die, it's going to be painless and just in my sleep.
Ah. I'd want to die in battle.
1066 Battle of Hastings.
Doing something really meaningful.
Horseback.
If you're going to go out, you may as well go out in a blaze.
What, in a fire? You'd rather be set on fire and
Great
burnt alive?
Great fire. Like that monk that set himself on fire.
What monk?
Just
Chipmunk.
one of the... Yes, a grime artist Chip set himself on fire.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Was he called Chipmunk because he looks like a chipmunk?
Actually,
That's not me being racist, by the
no,
way.
no, it's not.
I'm not saying he's a monkey or anything. I'm just saying, like,
Well,
is that why he got called
well, no,
Chipmunk?
chipmunks are very different to monkeys, so there's no...
But the monk is still monkey in it.
Well, it's M-U-N-K.
Well, either or, he's still fuck ugly, isn't he?
I don't think he's ugly, but I think maybe he does look like a chipmunk. Yeah, yeah, he does.
It's the face, it's a bit squashed, isn't it?
Yeah, so I understand why he changed it to Chip. Because he was still Chipmunk when he made Champion with Chris Brown, wasn't he?
I was born a champion. That one.
Yeah.
And then which one is it? Again and again. Whoops, here we go again. Is that
Oopsie Daisy?
Oopsie Daisy.
Oopsie Daisy.
With
Yeah.
who? Who was the feature on that? It was a T, wasn't it? Like Tallulah. Is it Tallulah?
I can't remember. It's not in the song title, otherwise I'd know. Probably listened to it last week.
Chris Brown and Chipmunk. What a weird partnership.
Yeah.
Have you seen his?
I can't remember how it came about. It was on. He spoke about it, about how it came about and everything. And Chris Brown heard the instrumental and was like 100% like, I'm jumping on this.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Update, guys. Every 5th episode, we're going to be doing a news up. A news breakdown of what is happening in the world.
We are.
So we could probably chat about Chris Brown. Because have you heard about it?
Do we want to?
What he's been doing? He's been locked up for attacking somebody in a club.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen something about that.
2 is on like it might not happen, but we'll save that for episode 10.
Yeah. No, yeah, we'll save that. Good save.
Welcome back.
Episode 7.
It is,
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
What's
back.
the stat you said? Was it like a lot of how many percentage of podcasts don't make it to episode 20?
Ooh, I
was it?
love this. It is the average amount of episodes that a podcast releases is 7. So
really?
Like most people, to get to the average, it's
7.
It's 7. I think that's it.
And technically,
But anyway, the point to get into the top 10% of like podcasters, or like 90% stop by this point, you have to get to episode 20 or 21.
shit.
So a lot of people give it up
What do you mean you have to get to episode 20 or 21?
to be in the top 10%.
Ah, shit.
Like
So technically-
90% of podcasts don't get to episode 21.
So technically, because we record episode 7 and 8 back to back, we're technically better than 90% of podcasts, is that what you're saying?
not 90%. Episode 7 is 50%, I think.
Oh,
like,
right.
it's the average.
Are we in the top half then, aren't we?
Top half of the table, indeed. That's pretty...
We've said for episode...
well, as long as we don't drop dead right now.
Very superstitious, like Stevie Wonder said. So we've said for episode 20, we're going to go and eat at the meat gaff. So Rio or Estabilo, yeah, we said. To celebrate episode 20, because you said
yes, we said this last time,
yeah.
to get into the top 10%.
And then at least we can say, like, yeah, we're actually fucking sticking with it. We're going to be sticking with it anyway, to be fair, but, like, we've paid for yearly subscriptions for stuff, so we've sort of, like, locked ourselves in.
Yeah. It's like the old sunk cost effect we've been done by.
But, that's a good goal, I think, to try and get to.
Yeah,
Rio.
20. Yeah.
20? Fucking hell, yeah, 20. So how long have we been going now? When did we start? Like Feb? Was it this year?
I think our first one was released in March. Yeah, it was this year, yeah.
So 8 episodes in 2 months isn't that bad?
Yeah,
really?
Obviously, yeah, these have not come out yet, but...
Going forward, we've said every Tuesday. Is it 7 a.m? 7 a.m. every Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've not actually said this on the podcast. It was just on our Instagram, and we said from now on, 7 a.m. on Tuesday, every week is when the episodes are coming out. So it gives us a schedule, gives us something to stick to.
And I think it's helped.
I quite like the pressure it puts on us.
Yeah, I feel like we've said, obviously, we'll do like a couple of Saturdays where we'll just back-to-back get loads of episodes out, like recorded.
Yeah.
And then
especially over summer, if we're going away, if there's little periods where we both can't do it, we can do like 3 or 4 on one day,
or even like stuff like we could do like even only one of us on the camera. Or is that a bit much?
I mean, I've not got a problem about it, but I'm just thinking, what would we talk about?
Or 2, unless I just speak to nobody. But yeah,
or get a guest in or something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
there's loads of people.
Get big Paul Ellison.
Shout out Paul Ellis.
Big shout out.
Big lad. Aye, we fucking... To be fair, I feel like it's positive. Like, obviously views and that aren't as what, like, fucking sky high, but like, I feel like it'll only take... I enjoy doing it, so I'm not really asked about the views. Like,
yeah,
that just comes with it.
Yeah, and it's right at the start.
Yeah,
you're literally starting something new. It's
and
you're not expecting
the competition as well. I think I'd like to, once we're past episode 20 and we get to like 50s maybe, I'd like to properly rebrand.
Yeah.
To like something that I think like...
What, change the name?
No, keep the name, but like...
Okay, I was going to say, because I like...
Colours and logo and...
Yeah, like the full branding.
You know what I mean?
To make things
a bit more...
Really the top 1%, which
and I'd happily pay like a designer, because I feel like at that point we might get some sponsorships, we might not, even if it's like a nice mental health charity or
to be honest, AI will probably be even better at that point.
Aye,
so that would probably be
AI.
Very good.
Well, it's exciting times though, so please stick around.
Good. Yeah. So what are we talking about today, Jeff?
So I've been researching very hard about different podcast topics. In this one, I've decided we could chat about pet peeves.
Yeah.
So we spoke last episode about how I'm such a pessimist and I get really angry and stressed. I think a lot of it is my ADHD, but little things piss me off. And I think because I'm such a calm man, well, actually, I say he's a calm man. A couple of weeks ago, it was the first time he's been snappy as fuck, and I was like, oh my God, like...
When was this?
When I was like, I think I asked you asked me if the podcast's all right, and I was like, yeah, it's sound, and then I'd watched it, and I was like, shit, like, I might have said some bad things. And you're like, well, it's in there now. And I was like, fuck. Proper toys out the pram, pig style.
No, so I wasn't annoyed.
Oh, it felt like your tone made it. Full stops at the end of every sentence as well.
I mean, obviously, grammatically,
but like...
Full stops at the end of a sentence is pretty normal.
Yeah, but not on text.
Right, so by the way, this was over messaging. And I was working, and I'd obviously gone to Jack twice before this episode release, saying, if there's anything in there that you want me to take out, wanting me to censor or take fully out, let me know. First time round asking, he's like, that's all fine. Second time asking, like, yeah, what, do you think there's anything bad? Like, I'm sure it's all fine. And then it comes to when I finally release the episode, then he's like, all the overthinking. Do you think this is bad? Oh, this might be really bad. Oh, I'm doing this, by the way.
I think it's just...
And I was just like, Jack, like, first of all, you could have told me before, but that's fine. I was just being very clear. It's fine if you want to change it, but don't come to me going, oh, should we change it? Should we change it? Like, you make a decision.
Honestly, mate, overlay the text. Yeah. Everybody who watches will be saying you were fucking harsh.
No, I was firm.
You were firm.
100%.
Like, fuck me.
Yeah.
I felt like I was being tell off of my mum and dad, and that was proper. Yeah.
No, I was being firm, but I wasn't angry. I was just like, Jack, stop messaging me like over and over, overthinking. If you want it taken out, tell me.
I asked Neve. I was like, is he angry here? Is he stressing out? Well, I was like, I really feel like I've upset him.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Yeah, but I was kind of being deliberately firm over messaging.
I don't think it helps though the fact we're both completely opposite people. Like, I'm a proper overthinker, stresshead, and you're like, this is how it is. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, the falling out.
So basically, Sam's a buddy. Imagine
making more work for me as well because I'm gonna have to bleep that.
Jack and Sam fall out. Is this the end? Yeah. Episode 7, the end.
Maybe we don't.
Bottom of the table.
We've made it to episode 7 where most podcasts fail.
Hey, fucking hell.
And then just like every other podcast, we cut it out. So basically, yeah. I wasn't actually angry. But to be fair, I don't think you get angry.
Nah, I was just...
You do get annoyed at things, but, you're never shouting or like
mate,
that.
Like... For me, it's just I struggle when things aren't the way I think it should be. But I think that's like just the way my brain's wired. Like, I can't, like, with a camera there, like, you're moving about and you're like, oh, is my face set? And I'm like, just fucking sit still and I'll do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I get very, like...
But that annoys me as well. So
that's, yeah, so
I get
like,
that.
But I feel like that's good because I feel like, I know I was getting nervous, the fact I hadn't updated any of the, like, thoughts and stuff, like, for future episodes.
Yeah.
So, like, I was like, and because I'm the type of person who puts stuff off and puts stuff off and puts stuff off, when I sat down to obviously do it, and I knew it had been in your mind, like, oh, we should just fucking update them.
Yeah, but not loads, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, but then...
Because I was thinking, I've edited, I'm doing all the editing. Like,
yeah, but like...
For you, wait.
That's no, mate, fair play. Like, I completely get that. Like, and that's why I was like, shit, like, I need to do it. So I was like, right.
Yeah, and it's more like you said you were going to do it, and I knew you would do it. By the way,
I would. It's just
I knew
my time. Like,
yeah. No, fair enough. I get that.
Wash the pots now, and I'm like, no, I'll wash them in my time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like when people tell me to, I just get fuck off. I'll do it when I want to do it.
Oh, I feel the same way, to be honest.
Just because, like, fucking. That's a pet peeve. Stop telling me what to do things.
Yeah.
What a bloody hook, line, and sinker that was. Aye, so this episode's pet peeves. So, like, we've tried to say things that we find annoying, but, like, not things we hate. Well, what is a pet peeve? Like,
it's things that shouldn't be as annoying as they are. Like, little things that don't really matter, but we find annoying.
Yes.
I think that's what it is.
So, like, things you can still go about your daily life, but you're just like, fucking hell, like, why are you doing that?
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Have you got some written down?
I've got a lot.
Or it's all in the head. Yeah,
I've
written some down on my phone. Yeah.
Do you want to go first, or should we do like one each and then?
Yeah. We'll go.
Do you want to go first then with yours, or do you
play
want
a little bit of tennis
mine?
back and forth? Shall I go first?
Whatever you want, mate. Yeah.
Right. Well, because I've just sort of, to be honest, come up with these just on the fly in the last few weeks, and I don't want them to be generic. Of like,
so
these, I don't think these are massively generic. Some of them are. Some of them are weird, by the way. So we can
weird as in what though? Like as in
just like you'll see.
Yeah.
So number one, people that whistle or hum along to a song instead of small talk. And I hate small talk as it is. So, you know, like when you get in an elevator with somebody you don't know.
Oh.
And
yeah.
And you don't know them, so there's no expectation that you would start a conversation, but they just don't like silence. They can't sit with silence, despite the fact it's perfectly comfortable because you don't know the person.
Yeah.
And they're like, or just...
It happened in the lift this morning.
But actually, you're sometimes in the lift, like, you're pretty uncomfortable silence. You'll just say stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm not an uncomfortable hummer. I'm an uncomfortable talker. So, like, instead of humming, I'll just ask random things. Or, like, when there's other people in who, like, like, say they're only going up one floor, I'm like, oh, I'd have done the exact same because I just don't like the silence. Like, I need to make a joke. Or, like, but yeah, I agree.
Why don't you like the silence, though?
It's just uncomfortable.
Why?
Mate, I think it's just me in general. Like, I think all silence I don't like. Like, even bed, like, I need to sleep with, like, noise on.
Oh, really?
So, like,
So it's not just like a social awkward thing?
Potentially that as well.
Like, I don't get
a bit
it.
of that. Like, it depends who I'm with. Like, if it's somebody I'm really comfortable in talking to, I'm happy with the silence. Like, at home now, me and Neve don't have to speak. Like, we're happy just in each other's company.
Yeah.
But when it's like a full lift and everybody's like looks awkward, I feel like, right, if I crack a joke, everybody might feel a bit like, you know what I mean?
Kind of, yeah.
But the humming stuff, I understand. It's the same as when,
But
like...
I don't like the small talk, but in a weird way, the humming's worse. Like, as much as I don't like the small talk.
Do you ever try and think, oh, like, I wonder what song they're humming? Or do you think it's just...
I think people don't even... Because that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they're doing it just to stop the silence. Not even because they've got a song in their head. So I don't even think it is a song.
Do you ever go to hum?
No, I'm not really a hummer.
You're not?
Great car, though.
I do. Mine's the Great Escape song.
Yeah, okay, no.
Yeah, that's
I was trying to
that's my
lock
go-to
in.
hum.
Yeah, no, I know. The Great Escape.
Yeah, man.
Good.
Superb film as well if you want to see it.
The Great Escape?
Yeah, class film. 1963.
Yeah, you're right, I've not seen it.
But yeah, like, I think I agree with the lift, but for me, the awkward lift crack is the Steve Bruce was like, hey, it's that's what I find. Just,
no, that's bad as well.
Just smile,
That's
look
bad.
at me, and not that. Then the head down, because then I feel like, oh, am I making them feel awkward?
Yeah. No, if you're gonna have an interaction, like go in there and smile or something, or do nothing. Don't go in between and be like, yeah. You're right there, Steve. It's a Steve Bruce thing.
But it's the same as when people don't go in the lift far enough. Like, especially if people have like bags and that on, don't walk in the lift and just stand it in the fucking middle if you have a bag on. Like, I'm big boned. I need to squeeze in as well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's just inconsiderate.
Oh, it's just people, mate. People are my pet age.
Yeah. Do you want to go on to the next? Well, your first one.
My first one is people, but I've got a lot of different like genres of people as to why they're pet hate. So this is like a 2-in-1 combo. So like old people, completely respect them when they're like, it's just the entitlement that they think they have.
Some of them,
yeah. Like,
we don't want to generalize here. Not on this channel.
It's the like, oh well, we're older, so we have to like be first choice for everything. You know what I mean?
Respect your
elders.
And
I just sometimes think, yeah, respect your elders is fair. Like, I completely agree, but like, don't just assume that like you're entitled to something because of your age. Like, surely that's not a thing.
Yeah, no.
And I feel like it fits a lot with like, obviously, I used to work at Marks and Spencer's, so...
I was going to say, do you have a specific example of this?
So like a lot of the people who shopped in there, the demographic is like older lady. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of them were just stubborn and like not asked about you because to them you're like just a young shop worker, like you're not important.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's just fucking like,
yeah, it's entitlement.
Yeah, like choke on your fucking ready meal. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is. But then on the complete opposite end, there's so many older people who are just so respectful and just so like, I think it's shit how like the small like minority bring them down. Yeah. But then it's the driving as well.
The driving, right?
Oh,
okay.
Mate. And it's the fact that
do you think there should be like an age limit on driving? Or do you think they should have to retake a test?
Retake the test at
60? At 75 or something?
60.
60?
Retake the test at 60 and every 5 years going forward. Unless you've been...
It's not a bad idea.
Unless
do you reckon it should be free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you've been in an accident. If you're over 60 and you've been in like an accident that you've caused, then it should be retake the test every year going forward. Or like if you've been diagnosed with like
or retake it
medical
immediately
stuff.
after you've the accident.
Yeah, potentially.
Like you're not getting back on the roads until you've
passed years.
Yeah, I don't mind that
because a lot of
I feel like 60 is quite young because like my dad's over 60, but to me
all right. Then.
And there's different. Like obviously he's pretty good for a 60.
Same as my stepdad. I'd say the same then.
Like there's like no cognitive decline from him yet.
70's young though now, isn't it? 70's young now.
Yeah. It's what I was saying, 75.
But that's too old, I think.
Is it?
Let's say 75, but you're pushed at 70 to get checked out.
Yeah. But no one will do it if they just push and they don't have to do it.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point, really. The point is, Keir Starmer, listen up, my man.
Because I think a lot of them complain about young drivers as well.
Do they?
And like, yeah, young drivers are a fucking nightmare. Like, when you first pass your test...
like boy racers?
Not even that, mate. Just inexperienced drivers. Like, cautious. I feel like caution causes a lot more accidents than it should. Yeah. You know, like, if you're at a roundabout and, like, you're too cautious to obviously go out, so you're not going out fast enough. And then there's cars coming. And then, but I feel like a lot of accidents are caused by older people.
Yeah.
It's just...
Definitely are.
Yeah, like...
I'm not sure on the stats of it. But
it just stresses me out. Like, if I'm stuck behind them and they're doing, like, 40 in the overtaking lane and you're like, what on earth are you doing? Like, like, it's not the fucking 1940s no more. Like, but
maybe because they're so slow, it feels like 70.
Yeah, like...
And then they look at the dashboard, they're like,
Is that a thing? Like, because obviously reaction times get slower as you drive, as you get older.
Yeah.
So surely... my reaction time to brake, if I see the car in front stop, like emergency stop, it'll be faster than what theirs are. So how is that like? I wonder what the difference is in terms of like timings with that.
Yeah, I wonder.
Because surely that's a big factor on if you're going to crash into to the back of a person or not.
Oh, huge. That like a split second the consequence could be huge.
I think there is room to improvement, so I've came with a pet peeve and a solution.
Ooh, a solution.
Genocide. I'm joking. If you're over 50, you're gone, I'm sorry.
50?
50, sorry. I meant
we're bringing this down a lot.
75.
Wowee.
I don't really mean genocide. I'm
That's going to get clipped.
Yeah. But yeah,
the comedic effect.
I think it's just, like, I don't have a problem in general with old people. It's just, I just think, like, nobody's asked anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then it comes down to the whole, like, politics voting and that as well. Like, a lot of them are just stuck in their ways and just vote that because they've voted it all of their life rather than actually looking at the policies. And it's not them that they're fucking over. They're fucking over, like, future generations, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
like,
what's the age for voting? 16 or 18?
18, I think. Yeah.
Right.
But it's a very selfish outlook, I think. Like,
yeah. But I think if it's 18, there'll be a lot more, I think, there'll be a lot more 17-year-olds out there
Not wanting to vote.
That it's worth giving them the vote because they've got the whole future ahead of them. It's going to be more than, for example, they don't get the vote, but things matter a lot more to them than the older people that do get the vote, but things don't really matter.
But it's the same as though, like, obviously, where I'm from, because Labour's always been Labour, this has always been a Labour town, mining town, working class town. And you're like, the mines got shut fucking in the 90s, you know what I mean? 80s, like, it's fucking 45 years ago.
Reopen the mines.
Like, I just think, because you've always voted for Labour, I'm not saying that Labour's bad, we're not going to chat politics, but I'm just saying, like, look at every option. Like, if you're buying a car, you don't just go on, oh, that car's red, I like that, I'm going to buy it. You know what I mean? You
Labour colours.
Assess, obviously, there's a blue car there, a red car, yeah, a light blue car, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
A
yellow
blue
car,
one.
And then you're like, right, well, the purple car's over there, but that's stopped now. So you sort of like, you need to assess
that green car looks funny.
It smells a bit dodgy as well. I think it's just common sense, like an informed decision rather than.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of other people, like not just old people,
people.
I think people like even our age
don't vote for the same
sometimes
vote.
can just not look and just do the same things. I don't really think.
Yeah. But I feel like I've whinged about that a lot there. So
yeah. Right, should we move on to the next one?
What's yours? Yeah, your next one?
I'm
really intrigued at yours, because I feel like you were a very hard man to piss off.
Mm. But this,
Or you get really angry but just know how to, like, Wim Hof it down. You know what I mean?
But I don't get angry, but this is just things that I would rather didn't happen.
Right.
It's not raging. Right, so this is a weird one. I don't know if it's a pet peeve, but I've got it written down, so we'll go. So when an artist, like a music artist, does an album rollout, so they first release.
This is so particular.
So they'll do, like, in the lead up to their album,
a single.
They'll release the singles, and maybe they'll do 3 or 4 singles, like a week, like one a week, up to the album rollout. But the problem is, they release all the best singles from the album, and then so when it comes to actually, and you've built all the hype for the album, and you think this is going to be the best album of all time, then it comes to actually listen to it, and because you already know all the popular ones that have been, well, let's say the best ones that have been released, when it comes to that actual first listen experience, it's a bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
And the first impression you get of an album does hold quite a lot of weight, even though quite often on some albums you can take a few listens to really get into it.
Yeah.
But the first impression is still pretty important, I feel like.
So
like, for example, when Kendrick Lamar, back end of last year, when he dropped his album, like no promo, nothing, and then all of a sudden it was like, right, I've released an album and everything's there. Now, that was such a much better experience. Now, obviously, it's a really good album anyway, throughout.
Yeah.
Even if you just picked the best ones, I feel like it still would have been good anyway. But also, I get the point of he's super popular. Like, he can afford to do that. People are going to
like his shit no matter what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, he can afford to do that. Yeah. And when he just drops out of nowhere, there's going to be loads of hype. So I get that for smaller artists, they want to sort of build up some hype.
But
and
imagine
whatnot.
if...
But I'm saying that as a first listening experience was like really good, and obviously a really good album anyway.
Because you need to think as well, though, like, imagine if an artist dropped an absolute mint song and then 2 shit songs, everybody would be like, fucking hell, this album's not going to be good. So then obviously it's affecting sales, but then I completely get the whole, like, drop your 4 best songs and then all of the rest of them feel like fillers.
Yeah. Because even when it comes to the first listen, and you listen to it all the way through, even when you listen to one of the good songs, you're like, oh, but I've already heard this.
It's like,
so you sort of, you're only focused on the new ones.
Yeah.
And if the new ones aren't as good, you're like,
Yeah. I agree.
Do you get it?
I agree. I just didn't... I've went for, like, completely just, like, boring stuff. That was a proper deep depth dive to albums.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I understand it.
Yeah.
But this is where I think I'm wrong. So
I'm a bit more of an album man than you, I feel like.
So this is what I mean. Like, I want a record player just so I can get the experience of listening to an album. Because I'm a song flicker and like...
You can do that on Spotify, mate.
No, I know, but like, I flick on Spotify. If I can put an album on it in my house while I'm doing housework, or probably not doing housework, or like fucking about...
Gardening.
Whatever, yeah. Like, at least I can then appreciate the full album. Because I feel like
Because you got no option.
Yeah, like
You're
I
limited.
feel like I miss out on a lot because I just add songs I like to playlists. So like my playlists are like 600 odd songs long, but I've only got a snippet of that band. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's so many songs.
Yeah.
You want to bounce about quite a bit
Whereas
to get through a few.
A couple of artists I've been listening to lately, I've been listening to the full album on Spotify, but I know that won't last with me. So if I get a record player, we can properly... And it looks nice to display anyway. Yeah, so I do agree with the album track. Like, it is... Because I find it mad how the songs are in a specific order for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, Dave's... What's the pink one? Survivor's Guilt.
We're all in this together. Survivor's Guilt's the last... I think that's the last one. Or one of the last ones.
Even Psychodrama, like, listening to that album full... with the skits and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, with
so interesting.
With the little therapy cutouts at the end, and it sort of flows on. Yeah. So
I never realised that until I'd listened to like half of the songs individually. So then when I went back and listened to it in order, I was like, fucking hell, this is sick. Like,
really?
It's like a story, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah, but I didn't think that was a thing.
Wow.
Obviously, I know that like
until when?
Did
until like you're the age of 21 or
no, like, well, Psychodrama. What was that?
2017.
2017.
No, 2019. 2019.
6 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been 22.
Yeah.
But it's just because like...
Yeah, so I was pretty close.
Yeah. Fucking hell. That's a good pet peeve.
Yeah. Psychodrama top 3. Top 3 album of all time, by the way.
Do you reckon?
It's third for me.
Hold it. We have a music episode coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I should calm that down. We've got to get through some pet peeves.
On the music, yeah?
Yeah. On that note.
What about when people go and see a concert and just spend the full time recording on their phone? Oh. Yeah. It pisses me off when you see, like, Glastonbury and that, and you've paid to experience, like, this fucking unreal festival, and then there's people just standing recording on their phones, and you're like... Yeah.
Like, you're not there to get footage. You're there to enjoy it, and there's all these other people recording it, and actual film cameras recording everything, especially like Glastonbury.
Moment, you know what I mean?
Especially Glastonbury, like, the whole thing's recorded. Like, if you want to remember...
Completely agree.
Like, why... You don't need it from your point of view. You're not adding anything to it as well by recording it. You're just doing the same as everyone else.
How many times are they going to watch that back? Do you know what I mean? For the length of time I have them recorded for. Yeah. Like, they're not enjoying it as much as what they could be. Like, Oasis touring this year. Yeah. The amount of people, I'm happy recorded because I'm not going and I want to fucking see it. But, like... It's sad, I think, but then it comes back to like the digital age and how it is now.
Mate, yeah.
That's what we'll come to in another episode where we chat about like best era to live and shit, like because it's sad. I think it takes a lot away from like experiences, how everything has to be on a phone now.
Yeah. Well, I think people want to record it. Like what, or part of the reason is they want to record it so they can put it on their story or whatever to show people that I'm there, like as a social thing. So then, but I don't work in that.
Is it a thing where
at all? Do you think that? Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. Like it's for like, oh well,
I was here.
I was there. Like same as tags. Why do you tag people?
Look at me and my cool life.
Like tagged at Jack is at Coachella. Who the fuck's asked? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, I get...
Nobody really cares.
I get if you want your own personal scrapbook and shit. That's like, I get when people have, like, private Instagrams and, like, they just post shit. Like, instead of camera storage, you may as well start an Instagram, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, it's when it seems like you're only doing it for like other people. You're not actually going to enjoy yourself. You're just going to say I've been. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And like taking photos and videos in your life generally, I think is like underrated. Like you should do more of it. But it's when people are recording something that 100 other people are also recording, like, and you're there to enjoy it.
It's the thing though now, isn't it? Like something happens, the first thing is get your phone and record it. Like
it's like a
lass could fall over
trigger
on the street in London. You're like, oh, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just But that's all because people want to be the first, want to say, oh yeah, I've seen this. You know what I mean?
I don't get it.
But yeah, that is one of my big ones. I think.
Yeah.
Music and people just recording everything.
It's a good
not
one.
Even music.
That is a good one. I hadn't
yeah. What's your
Shall I
next
go on to
one?
my next one?
Oh, just keep it flowing, bro. Keep it flowing.
Because that was your one, wasn't it? Right. Back on me.
Trying to think of my other ones, to be fair.
This is a running one.
A running one.
Yeah.
So it's only relevant to people who run.
Which should be everyone. Yeah. Which is you soon.
Yeah.
You soon. Jack's got himself some. We'll leave this, but Jack's got some running shoes now.
I am. I'm doing coach 5K, so.
Come on, we're getting him. We're getting him.
We are.
Yeah, but we'll save that for later.
Right. Come on then.
So, when someone runs a race, and they use their Strava time, which says they ran it quicker. So, for example, if somebody runs a 10K, and this is like an actual race,
right?
They've obviously mapped out the distance to be exactly 10K.
Yeah. And
let's say they go across the line in 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Slow, but anyway. Sorry, I don't know why I dropped that in there. If they measure it on their watch, and their watch measures it as like 10.2K, right? So the GPS has obviously gone slightly wrong, and it's picked up an extra 200 meters. It will say they obviously hit 10K earlier, so they're on Strava, it will come up as like 49 minutes something, and they'll be like sub 50 on Strava, because on Strava it will say 10K, but they actually did it in 50 minutes because that's the actual time it took them to go from the start to the finish.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? And it's just, and you can't claim you did it in 49 minutes because you didn't. It's just a lie.
Fucking hell.
I think we should move. I think we should move on.
That's just a you one. I think that's
no.
I feel like you're talking from personal experience. Someone's pissed you off by saying that.
Amongst other runners, if anyone's out there, like, let me know if this is the thing.
So what is that like? Are you saying if you go and do a race, people won't use the actual official race time; they'll use the Strava time instead?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Right.
Because their Strava time will say they did it quicker, but the Strava time is wrong because the GPS is slightly wrong.
Right.
So they're claiming 49 minutes when they never did it in 49 minutes.
Ah, right. So it makes them look better than what they're.
So they're just like trying to make it.
They're only
seem
cheating
like
themselves, aren't they?
Exactly. And that's what I try to
themselves.
say until it gets to the point where I bring it up on a podcast.
to be fair, I get that, but I think it's a bit tough because it's not really affecting you. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. That's why it's a pet peeve. Because it doesn't affect me. I shouldn't really care.
But you do.
Especially within 50 minutes. Christ. But I do. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is the very definition of a pet peeve.
I understand that. Because obviously, it's the thing of like doing something as a whole, you want it to be done all the same. You know what I mean? So that you want everybody to record their results all the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah,
You want to know.
I want to know the actual time.
Is at the time, yeah.
But that'll be shown on their Strava. You can see what their actual time recorded, but it's just on like the personal records that it comes up.
I feel like you'll be calling out some people here, like
no,
subconsciously.
Honestly, no one in particular.
Subconsciously, there's people listening thinking, "Fucking hell, he's on about me."
Jack Nardella did it once, actually.
Did he?
Yeah.
What a fucking cheater!
I know.
Shocking that, like.
I told him. Yeah.
His lass will have to fucking punch him into shape for that. Fucking hell. That's right. Will be that. But my next one.
I feel like we should move on now.
My next one relates to movement. So
smooth segue.
I'm a big like social awareness. You need to know where you are, who's around you, like what's happening. People don't. People just stop in front of you. Or like, they just dawdle and you're like, come on, like, especially in Asda if you're shopping or any supermarket, like they're just, what do you mean, like?
You were just saying like a few times.
Oh, sorry, fucking hell.
Sorry,
one of my
mate.
pet peeves is people fucking picking up on my speech, actually. No.
One of my pet peeves is when people say like too much.
It's just when people stop, like,
Specifically co-podcasts.
you'd be shopping in Asda and they'll just stand in front of you and like look on a shelf and you're like, say excuse me, or please can I just get in there? Do you know what I mean? But it's just ignorance, like, and it doesn't cost anything. Manners cost nothing.
Yeah.
But
just be polite.
do you not think it's getting more of a thing though? Like, people just not being asked of what other people are around them doing, or like having no social awareness. It's like when people walk up the street with a speaker on.
I think to some extent, people, if they're looking at their phone or if they've got headphones in, often are like genuinely in their own world, and then
but that's
it's harder to.
It's when they think it's their world and everybody's living in it. That's what pisses me off.
Oh, like, okay. Yeah.
Like when they're like as if the shop's there for them and only them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just a them problem, isn't it?
But it happens everywhere. Like London, people just stop and take a photo, and you're like, "Fucking hell, you stand in the middle of a pavement with everybody coming past you."
But they've got to get the best angle.
Don't just stop. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
having a bit of social awareness. Yeah.
move to the side, let people pass. Then, you know what I mean? Like, that's a one. Yeah, I think, but that is always going to happen, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, it's always going to be.
Yeah.
People aren't going to change unless genocide, but. People think I'm a fucking maniac here. Like, I'm not actually going to kill anybody. Ever. Yeah, so.
Yeah, sure thing, mate. Sure thing.
But yeah, I think that's one of my pet peeves. What about another one of yours? What's the. This is a big moan podcast. This is very good.
What?
Big moan. We're having a big moan and I like it.
Yeah, that's the. Oh, you like it, yeah?
Love
Yeah, that's the whole point. Maybe we should do a more positive one at some point next, but things we actually like.
I'd like to do a one where like.
But this is it's nice.
I'd like to have one where like we do about like, instead of pet hates and pet peeves, about like things we could do differently that are better. So like solutions. So you know how like I said, driving age. Let's make hypothetical things that we can introduce to the world that make the world a better place.
Yeah.
So like
Solutions.
Strava has a right GPS. And that'd stop your moan, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then we should also have a sin bin where we put things we don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. No,
Right.
good.
Come on, because I'm waffling.
Yeah, my next one is people that don't finish their meal at a restaurant.
What?
They just don't finish their food.
What do you mean? They're full.
I've written here, you can't finish your meal. Are you a child? I just think it's childish to not finish a meal. Unless you go to, like in Budapest, the portion sizes were massive. I understand that. But
So you hadn't.
if you go
finished
to
that
any
meal.
regular restaurant, you get a normal portion. Just people that haven't developed an appetite and can't finish a meal. It's the fact that they can't finish it, and it's the waste as well.
You're coming across as an absolute dick.
Why? What's wrong with that?
They're paying for it, so why are you asked?
Because it's a waste of food, Jack.
Well, next time if there's food left, ask them if you can finish it.
Maybe I will.
Even if they're like on an opposite table. Are you eating that? Do you mind if I just... You know what I mean?
Yeah, I might do that.
I must admit, I agree when people are at like an all-you-can-eat restaurant and they fill their plate up but don't eat it.
Oh,
Why the fuck
okay.
have you picked it up then?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like there's ones like, you know, Panda Mammy in York and shit. It's like a world, like any amount of different types of shit, like chicken nuggets, curry, noodles, you know what I mean? Like, there's any amount of shit, but it's when people load their plate up and like, oh, I've got 6 nuggets, but I only want 2. Well, why the fuck did you pick 6 up then? Like,
Yeah. People are just like greedy, and
greed's a pet peeve.
There must be so much waste at buffets and things like that.
Oh, mate, like...
Have you seen one of my favourite stories? Like, you know, we've spoken previously about our podcast influences. On Jaffin, with James and Flav,
Right.
they had a whole, like, 6 or 7 weeks running of buffet chat, like, segments in the podcast.
Right.
They're, like, stories from buffets and stuff. And one of my favourite ones is when... This is from the perspective of a guy he's just gone out to the toilet in a buffet, and he hears basically, he's in a cubicle. He hears like a dad and his 2 sons like come in,
right,
and the dad is actively encouraging his kids to go into the toilet and throw up so they can go and get back at the buffet.
Fuck off.
Yeah, so the dad goes into the toilet and
makes himself sick,
throws up into the toilet, and brings the kids into the cubicle and goes, "Look, kids, gatto." He'd thrown up some cake.
Gatto. Fucking hell.
to show off, here's what I've spewed. This is how you do it, lads. And then we can go and get back and get maximum value out of the buffet. What a horrible way to act.
Nah. Like, no, it is fucking hell putting your kids through that. But I agree.
Well, it's more the whole strategy of
tactical chunder in the toilet.
Throwing up, just so you can physically get more value out of it, even though you're not getting more value out of it. Because
I get that.
It's just mad.
For me, though, as well, it's the whole thing of like, if you're going to an all-you-can-eat, you purposely don't eat prior because you want to get the most out of it. But
you should be fasting the whole day.
There's getting the most out of it, then there's fucking, like, getting the most out of it.
Yeah.
Like, don't be being sick in the toilets. I must admit, sometimes if I feel like I need a shit when I'm in a restaurant, I'll go because I feel like once it's out, I can eat more, probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure how quick that... I don't really believe that.
Yeah, I like that. I'm a Pizza Hut's the one, man. I fucking love Pizza Hut.
Really?
We need to go on lunch at work sometime. It's fucking mint.
Yeah, I've not been to the one near work.
And it's cheap, mate. It's like 11 quid for any amount of pizza.
Oh, like, it's buffet, is it?
Yeah, any amounts. All you can eat.
Yeah.
It's just going back to work after you feel a bit like...
Yeah. Filling up on carbs, you would get no work done in the afternoon.
Feel like a piece of dough going back to work. You have to roll back.
You are what you eat, yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Not so much with that one, I don't think. It's the... Wait, what's your pet peeve here?
It was people that don't finish their food.
Finish the food. I don't agree then. Because I get that. What happens if it's a person who's had eating disorder and they thought they could manage more than what they could have?
I get that. Obviously, this is sort of within the normal realms.
Basically, Sam's saying you're not allowed to have an eating disorder if he's there because he'll be watching you and thinking you're a fucking child if you don't eat it.
I think it's fine as long as you give me a food for me to eat at the end. Because I'm a fairly skinny bloke, but I've got a big appetite and I just don't like it.
What type of foods though? Like, are you saying like they've left the fat off a steak, for example, or like they've left like?
No. Not just if they've cut the fat
literally
off.
like left out of a burger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why order it if you're not going to eat it? Order a kid's portion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, you should know.
Do you over?
It's tough because you don't. Sometimes you go to a new restaurant, you don't know how big the quantities are. But like, if you're an adult, you should just be able to eat an adult portion of food.
And you can look at like online for like reviews of portions and stuff. Like, it's not as if.
Yeah, nowadays you're fine. Yeah, have you got one now?
Fucking hell, you've thrown me off with that, I think.
What?
I just wasn't expecting.
Oh, I didn't think we'd
people who don't eat the tea. Do you know what I mean? Like people who don't eat the tea. Like I wasn't expecting that to be like a one of your dislikes.
It was just one that got added. It's not my favourite one.
I had a couple wrote down. Drivers piss me off. People who don't indicate and that's what it was. It was people who don't say thank you after you've like let them out of like a junction or
from like a driving perspective.
Oh my god, it
Yeah.
takes literally
Common
a
courtesy.
second to flash your hazards or hit your hand up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just ignorant and they just don't deserve to be able to fucking drive. But yeah, that was mine. It was a bit not much to say about it. I feel like we've spoke a lot about it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Just getting the other one here. So
You've
the
spoken
other
about
one,
people.
The other one I had was urinal etiquette.
Ooh, I like this chat.
This is a big one, I think. So like, if I'm in a urinal having a piss, don't come and stand in the urinal next to me if there's other free ones. Like
If there's
that's
other free
just
ones,
etiquette.
obviously.
Yeah. Like the urinal etiquette should be, if nobody's in, you go to the corner.
Correct.
Because then you're leaving as much space
Yeah.
for however many people to come in.
Yeah.
Then you always skip one
Mm-hmm.
to go, like if a bloke was in there,
Yeah.
I'd go like one skip, then in the next one.
Yeah.
Or I'd go
So you're always leaving a gap.
opposite corner,
Yeah.
and then you've got people who just come in and just go straight into the one next to you, and you're like,
Well, there's that meme template of like the guy all the way at the end.
Yeah.
A second guy comes in and goes and stands right next to
That's
him
what I
and like
mean.
tells him something.
Weird.
It's the meme template.
Like, but then as well, the different types. So like, I hate how some of them have the fucking anti-spraying that just doesn't work. You know, the anti-splashback. Are you supposed to piss on that? Are you supposed to piss on the actual pot bit? Like, there's no instructions.
You've got a brain. I think you can work it out.
Yeah, but like some of them are like sponge, some of them are fucking plastic.
Yeah. But that's the fun. That's the fun element.
Oh.
You're trying to work it out. It gives you a little game to play while you're there.
And the metal ones, mate, they're fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Like football stadium ones or concert ones where it's like a big metal trough and there's just men hanging the dicks over pissing in. Do you know what I mean?
Well, especially the ones where it goes like right down to the floor, and the splash zone
splashback
is considerable.
because other people aren't asked where they're aiming and they might splash on you.
Yeah.
Urinal etiquette's a big one for me.
I think, the thing about the placement, it's quite obvious. You know, you go to one end, other person goes to another end, and then somebody will go in the middle but leave one aside.
Yeah, yeah.
But if obviously there'll be a situation where there's one person at the end, one person at another end, and there's like 7 urinals, or I'm not sure on the maths of this, but you as the third person coming in, you've got to make sure that the one you go to is not just randomly in the middle. It's basically
mathematically
you go somewhere that mathematically
whoever comes in can go mathematically in the middle of them. Yeah,
2 more people can come in and still leave one in between each. Like you've got to be switched on there. I like it
because it is a big thing. Like I think it's a big
Huge.
thing going into.
I don't think do women know about this?
I don't know. Like, would they use if they go into a cubicle? Would they skip a cubicle and go to the next one? Or they not asked because they can't see each other? Any girls who are listening to these tell us?
I don't think they'd be bothered.
You don't reckon?
No, it's cubicles, not really.
Toilet cubicles is another one though. Like when they're not like. I hate it when the walls are too close to the toilet.
Why?
There's just not a lot of room. Like the work ones, I think are ideal.
Yeah.
But like you go to like Pizza Hut here in Hartlepool, can hardly sit down.
You spent enough time in those toilets, have you?
Like it's just very. Toilets are a big pet hate, I think, sometimes because they can be so right and they can be so wrong, and there's no in between. You know what I mean? There's not just it's all right, it's a toilet. It's either the fucking pits or it's like unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toilet urinal etiquette.
Good.
I think a lot of lads will relate to that as well because I feel like it is a unspoken about rule. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it's. I mean, I can't remember the last time that somebody broke a rule, and stood somewhere they weren't meant to.
I think it happens common, me.
Really?
Especially if you're
I think
on
it's
like a
pretty rare.
night out and
I
stuff.
think people are switched on.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Nah. I reckon it happens more common than people think. Especially because on a night out, people are pissed they're just not asked. They'll just have a wander in. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever had a shite on a night out?
I will have at some point, yeah.
What, like midnight out, like in a club?
Ooh. I feel like I've got to at some point. Yeah. But I don't really
rammy
remember.
toilets, aren't there?
Yeah. Some grim ones. It's got to be one of them where you're drunk enough to
Not be arsed.
not really care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next one?
I had one time in a pub. Sorry.
No.
And it was a scruffy pub. And obviously, it's the type of pub, like, have you seen, like, Train Spotting where he has one in the bookies' toilets?
No.
No. It's literally like the fucking...
Another film reference I don't get.
It's like a hole in the ground, essentially, mate. It's fucking raged. And from then on, like, I had a fear of shitting, like, in public. But then after that, I was like, you know what, fuck it, like, I've shat on the worst toilet ever, like, and I was in there having a shit.
You've been at rock bottom, everything's up from there.
Well, yeah, like, it's what it felt like. So I was having a shit in this place, and someone walked in, and he was like, fucking hell, have you been eating cat food? He started having a piss in the sink because I was taking that long. And then obviously I was like, yeah, fucking hell. And then I got out and brutal as, mate. Aye. But that cured me shit phobia. But I think a lot of people have fears of having a poo, like, not in their home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I used to.
Why though?
Just because I feel like it was
I get the hygiene point of
comfort, like, as well, like, you sort of sit and you're like, right, I'm safe. Do you know what I mean? Because imagine if you're on the toilet, mate, having a shite and someone... Have you not seen videos where, like, people fucking... Like, in between is where they're overtaking photos and that? Not that people do that normally, but, like, just a bit dodgy, innit? Especially...
Well, I don't think that really happens.
Yeah. And toilets are minging, like, people just aren't asked to leave piss all over the floor.
Yeah, that's the hygiene point there.
And,
I get that, obviously.
Yeah.
You want it to be clean, that's normal. Yeah.
Next one. What's your next one?
Next one. This will be a quick one. This is just a quick gripe that I had.
I think that's my last one. There's some.
Alright. Okay.
Just have a little check while you're
Yeah,
reading
I got a fair few more. The use of BMI. It's just totally irrelevant. Like, who made that? Like, BMI is how much you weigh according to your height and how healthy that is. So for someone that's my height, 6 foot.
He's not 6 foot. 5'10".
You know, they'll be like, oh, well, for someone this height, this X amount, like, let's say 75 kilograms, is a healthy weight. But you can be 75 kilograms and have a lot of fat, or have 75 kilograms and have a lot of muscle and not much fat. And you could have a lot of muscle but still be unhealthy, or you could have a normal mix and be really healthy. So it's just a totally useless metric.
Isn't it like a lot of fit people? I'm sure I was watching TikTok or Instagram Reels, and there's a bloke who does fitness called Team RH. He's like a...
Good name, that.
Why is it?
Is it like his legal birth name?
No, like his... Fuck off. His, like... I'm thrown now. His name's obviously Richie or something, I don't know. His surname's H, it starts with a H.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
Your point was how most fit people with a lot of muscle are classed as... I'm going to guess what you're saying was they're classed as overweight on the BMI scale, despite the fact they're fit, because they've got a lot of muscle mass.
I won't talk then.
Yeah.
Just finished it, yeah.
Well, I could just read your brain.
It was just... No, it was like, I'm saying he's really fit, but like, he's... Oh my God.
It's just exactly what I said, isn't it?
Yeah, he's really fit, but he's classed as obese because he's obviously low body fat percentage, high muscle mass.
Yep.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Almost as if I said that. Right, next one. This is well, it's not a niche one because I'm sure everyone deals with this, but it's quite a funny one. So on Windows File Explorer.
Fucking hell, you're so Asperger's, man. Like, you were literally the walking anomaly of a person with Asperger's.
You haven't even heard it yet, and well,
Windows File Explorer is a pet hate.
It's a fair one. So, on Windows File Explorer, which I'm sure most people will use, when you go and like right click on a file, for example.
Stop! It sometimes comes up that you can't rename it. You need to re-click it again.
No. What do you mean?
Like, sometimes it comes up with the old menu, then sometimes it comes up with the new menu.
What? There's another menu?
Yeah, there's two.
Oh. That's not it. Anyway, what it is... anyway. What it is rename is right next to delete.
And
so
have you done a lot?
Quite often, you'll want to rename file names. So you go quick right click down to rename, and often you'll misclick onto delete. Like why? What? There's so many options.
Do you want to know a fun tip?
There's so many options. Why don't put rename like towards the top and delete towards the bottom? Because once you hit delete, and let's say it's an important file, all of a sudden your heart rate goes up, and you're like,
you could
gotta make sure I don't delete this.
You could just click on the file and click Control R.
Can you do that?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, solutions. That's what it's about.
Certain.
Really?
Control and something, and then it like comes up like in blue, and you can delete it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
To be fair, yeah, that sounds like it should be a thing.
Control C's copy, Control V's paste.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit different to.
Because it's in the same like menu, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not in new Windows.
I'll fully start doing that now.
But in new Windows, it's at the top in that little bar. But you don't have new Windows.
Rename is towards the top.
So
rename's not next to delete.
In the new Windows, instead of it being like copy, paste, cut, it's got little icons. So it's got like the menu comes up, and then it's got. I'll show you.
Oh yeah.
So
because
do you want me a screen record?
I've actually got an email saying I need to update my Windows. So this may well.
This is literally, mate. So like, look. So do you want me to screen? Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So literally, like. Oh wait there.
It's like I'm out the camera.
Wait there. If I like click on like downloads, yeah. So see there. So like, see at the top. So you've got cut, copy, rename, whatever that is, and then delete.
Yeah.
So you don't have your things anymore. It's just icons.
Wow.
Get on, see. Up there for thinking, Google.
That's going to change.
Microsoft.
I'll make the upgrade to the next window now.
So that was a pointless pet peeve, wasn't it?
Well, it was important for me to learn.
Do your research, Sam.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I wasn't made aware of this change.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that all your pet peeves?
No.
Fucking hell. He's wrote a Bible of pet peeves.
Yeah. As you can tell, somebody did more research than the other on this one.
I think I was really loud then because I was close to that, so you might have to.
No, you're usually quite quiet, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Like a mouse. Right, come on.
No, I've only got one more. I was checking.
Is it a big one?
No. When people get this and next wrong when referring to a day of the week. So...
Is it not preference, though?
No.
It is, yeah.
No, it's not. So when talking about next Monday, if I was to say to you, next Monday, what Monday do you think that refers to?
Not the Monday coming, the Monday after.
Yeah, exactly. But some people would... Because Monday... Because we're recording this on a Friday, some people would think, oh, Monday's into next week, so therefore that's next Monday.
No, but that's this Monday because it's the Monday coming.
Exactly. I'm glad we agree on this. Otherwise, then we'd really fall out. Yeah.
Nah, I get that, but like, surely, what happens if it's a Wednesday and you're saying, oh, this Tuesday could have meant the Tuesday that's just gone?
No, because otherwise you would have said yesterday.
I wouldn't because I have a stutter and I can't say. Yesterday is easy. You know
well, you just said it.
No, yeah, but it takes me a good yesterday. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I can't say.
But you wouldn't.
Hang on. Prior.
Okay.
Before. Prior.
Okay. But you wouldn't avoid saying yesterday.
I would, yeah.
But then you'd be getting it wrong. You'd be saying the wrong day.
That's why at work today I said, "Oh, there was a lot of people in on Thursday," and actually I meant yesterday because I couldn't say yesterday as easy as Thursday. I said Thursday.
But you didn't say anything wrong there. You're saying Thursday.
Yeah, but I should
have
have
still
said
correct.
yesterday.
Yeah. No, I get it, but it's not like you said this Thursday. Yeah. You said Thursday.
I agree with you though. Next Thursday is next Thursday.
Yeah.
Not the Thursday coming the Thursday after.
Exactly. Yeah, it's people that treat the end of the week like it's the end of the world. It's a rolling thing.
Do you think a week should start on a Sunday or a Monday? Because that pisses me off, when people say it's a Sunday.
What?
That's a pet peeve.
Why would people think Sunday's the start of the week?
Yeah.
Why?
On some calendars it is, isn't it? And people say
I've
Sunday's
noticed
your first day.
Calendar. Huh?
It's a thing, yeah.
Why is that?
Just because they're fucking raged. It's just fuck knows, mate. It's just some people think that Sunday is the first day of the week when it's not.
So you get the first day of the week off and the last day of the week off. I mean,
that's just a pointless thing that people do, isn't it? It's not so much a peeve. It's
attention seeking, mate.
Attention seeking's good sometimes, though. Pet peeves.
Underrated.
Do we have any off the cuff that we can roll out? Do you think? Or one of mine that I don't get. Why is stuff penced at 69 or 99? Why not just put it as a quid?
Psychological pricing.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is it an actual fact? It's a thing?
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, 99 pence, it's cheap, but £1 it's not.
Yeah, for the 1 penny difference, it apparently makes that difference.
Because I know...
That was a really poor explanation.
I know about the whole...
Just look up psychological pricing. It's pretty... Because there's a reason everyone does it.
I know about the visual merchandise and shit where they'll put stuff lower for kids. Because kids are like, chocolate bar. And they'll get the chocolate bar, you know what I mean? Or at the tills, they'll have all the sweets and that eye range for kids to grab. Do you know what I mean? And all the smart price shit's where you can't see it right at the bottom.
Yeah.
All the expensive stuff's nice.
Yeah.
To make it look a bit neater and nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In supermarkets, or in most of them, they put the basic essential things like bread and milk towards the back corner of the supermarket so that people have to walk through and they could potentially buy more stuff.
Do you want to know another fun fact?
Yeah.
So
go on.
M&S, use
great place.
Always have the bakeries at the back of the store, and they have big fans in the bakery that blow the smells throughout the full store.
Yeah.
And it's to entice customers in.
Yeah.
It's the same as casino.
And then if you get them to the bakery at the back corner of the store, it's the same thing as before. Yeah. They're then going to walk through, and they're going to walk all the way back through.
It's the same as casinos in Vegas, pump oxygen.
Yeah, that's to keep people awake.
Yeah.
So they
and you
keep
lose
people
track
alert
of time.
and want to. Yeah, because it's light, all the light. It's very bright, right?
We should do an episode on visual and psychological shit that shops do.
Yeah,
because that'd be a good episode.
Yeah.
Probably not but
you backtrack there quickly. Yeah, if we fully researched it. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? I think so.
Look into an episode.
This is like the trailer.
All the conspiracies and coincidences that the Simpsons have done with the world. That would be good. Do you know, how they had Trump going up the escalator?
Things they predicted.
Yeah,
the Trump one is
because we have an episode planned of coincidences that have happened. I was researching some shit and it was a man has died the exact same way that another man died in the exact same spot, exact same time. Obviously different year, but 50 years apart, same day, same whatever.
Mad.
Same death. Yeah, it's fucking raged. But yeah, that was pet peeves.
Yeah. Well, I've got one more actually.
Oh,
we'll close on this.
How much Jack talks.
This was You're not far off.
Am I not?
This is a joke.
Is this a joke?
This is a no. This is deadly serious. So this is must be a common one for people out there when you're talking on a podcast and your co-host interrupts you.
Oh, don't, mate, because you make me feel conscious now. It's not intentional.
Nah, you know it's a joke.
Ooh. No, yeah.
You don't actually
I do, though. I'm conscious of it now. I was doing it in the car.
That's not on a podcast.
Yeah, but it's when you haven't finished and I'm like, yeah, I need to say something. Yeah.
That's your ADHD.
I get that.
I can excuse that. That's fine.
Isn't fucking sound.
Just to be clear.
Like you can excuse it though, does it?
Little joke.
Oh, well, ha.
Yeah.
Really funny, thank you.
Good. Fair enough.
That was good.
It's not funny.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was good to get a bit of relatability to
Jesus.
the listeners.
We're at an hour 10.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Right, well. Oh, we haven't done Am I the Arsehole?
Well, that's what I was going to say. We'll do it now. Yeah?
Yeah?
Well, obviously.
We'll do a quick one then.
Well, usually it's the end of the...
Fucking hell.
Was the one you had for this episode, was that like a huge
long
one?
Mate, yeah.
Maybe we switch it round.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Am I the Arsehole?
Lovely, Jack.
I'm not.
Thank you very much.
It's all right.
And so, for this week, let's get into this story.
What's the scores, actually? We've got 0 arseholes so far, haven't we?
2-0, yeah.
2-0, 0.
Yeah.
So no arseholes at the minute.
Yeah. Clean sheet for our...
Clean sheet for arseholes.
Clean sheet for our
We've
writers
wiped
in.
accordingly.
People that have personally written to us.
Yeah. Arseholes are clean at the minute, guys.
Great news.
Yeah. We've wiped with toilet paper and we've even
Andrex.
went over them with a wet wipe, just to make sure everything's good and sorted down there.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah. Let's hope to keep that going.
Let's hopefully.
Am I the arsehole for honking at another driver who cut in front of me at a drive-through each time she tried to order?
That's good crack, that.
This line at a Starbucks I went to was really long. I was in line for a good maybe 20 minutes until this lady in a Mercedes tried to cut in front of me and like 8 others behind me. I laid on the horn and tried to block her from cutting me, but she succeeded anyway and flipped me off. I'm the type of person who will not let someone get away with this.
Who's in that much of a rush for a Starbucks?
I don't know, maybe we'll find out, I don't know.
She must have been tired.
So I waited until she pulled up, and as soon as she tried to order, I honked.
That is so good.
She then looked at me with a dirty look and gave me the finger, which I already had a middle finger of my own ready for her. Great. Each time she made an attempt to order something, I honked and sometimes laid on the horn for 3 seconds. So this is like a strong hold. Yeah. I stopped as soon as she drove off. So I think maybe she ordered in the end. I stopped as soon as she drove off. We then ordered and went about our day. Am I the arsehole for this?
So I'm going to say yeah, but in the best way possible. Do you know what I mean?
No, he's not the arsehole.
Do you not reckon?
There's a limit, right? Like at some point, like if you're honking the horn for 5 minutes and she cannot get her order in, you're holding up everyone, right? So I think initially doing it the first few times is funny. Like and you're getting back at her. You're getting back at her when she's done everyone dirty. It's not just you in the queue she's done wrong. It's all the 8 people she's also skipped.
Yes.
So I think you're well within your rights to get a couple of honks in.
Yeah.
It's just if you're there for, I don't know how long he's been there for, stopping her ordering for.
Yeah, so I agree, but I think he's an arsehole in the sense of like, it's funny as fuck he's being an absolute arsehole. Like,
He's not been an arsehole,
I mean?
I think it's just funny.
But I can imagine his wife saying, "He's such an arsehole." You know what I mean? Like in a
What she's done is worse though.
Oh, she's the fucking arsehole.
Yeah.
All right then, yeah. So we're still nil point on arseholes.
Yeah, because what she's
But
done
that's
is
good,
worse. Yeah, I like
That's
this one.
the best one yet, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it because there's not too. It's not like a whole essay.
It's the drive-through bit as well, the honk every time she speaks.
And I've
You know
not
what I
heard this.
mean?
Yeah,
It's petty and it's good crack.
yeah, it's good that.
I like that. That's what we're saying. No arsehole.
Mm.
He's not an arsehole.
Yeah,
Good man.
yeah,
I agree with that. So that's episode 7, 3-0.
that was good.
3 cleans.
3 cleans.
Fuck me.
We yet to
I wonder what it takes.
Yet to find anyone. We're only 3 in.
I wonder what it
think we'll
takes.
find.
Like the first one is. We haven't read any of these.
Find
as
out
well.
on the next episode. Maybe or maybe not.
Aye, well, actually, we haven't read any of these like previously, so these
No,
are
no.
completely like we've just sort of screenshotted loads of different ones online
Yeah,
and put them into a spreadsheet so we know what
yeah.
one's
We're not
next.
like picking the best ones or these are just fresh.
So yeah, that's sick.
Lovely.
Thank you for listening. Obviously, it's getting longer and longer and longer every episode, isn't it? Now,
No, that was,
so
I think the last one or the one before was an hour 20, and we're under that here. So spot on.
extra time for people who like our voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful bank holiday weekend, and let's hope that Sunderland win the fucking championship playoff final.
Yeah, this is coming out on Tuesday, though. So they'll have had their bank holiday.
Get in! Sunderland won the final! Get in! Premier League! Or it'll be, oh, fucking hell. We lost. So shit, another year in the championship. What am I going to do? So you can
when you lose, you know what's getting clipped up. You saying you've won. It's getting clipped up and put out when you lose.
Edit whichever one is relevant.
Yeah.
But we are going to win, guys. It's going to happen. It's coming home. The red and white Black Cats are...
The red and white of Sheffield United. Chris Wilder, he's going to do it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed your bank holiday Monday.
Yeah.
And you're enjoying your first day back at work. And revelling in Sheffield United in the Premier League.
Hit us up with some pet peeves as well, please. I really enjoy reading people's moans. And
yeah, if you've had any inspiration from our chat, leave a little comment.
Or even if you've speak to us in person, tell us that you've listened, and we know you've listened by telling us a pet peeve.
Yeah. And if you are listening on audio platforms, also just head over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Why not?
Like, comment, subscribe.
Does
help
help
us with the algorithm. Thank you very much. Please rate us 5 stars well. Goodbye.
Goodbye.